Time doesn't heal all wounds, perspective does. This was a channel I received a couple days ago. I just pulled some cards for the collective here. And I feel like the saying time heals all wounds is taking away from the efforts that are needed in order to gain that heightened perspective over a situation. All the time can go by in the world, but if you're holding on to the pain, if you're holding on to the victimhood, you're never going to actually heal from a situation. And I feel like it's taking away from all of the work that you yourself have done, if that is something that you believe. Time helps, don't get me wrong. The more time is needed in order to separate yourself far enough from the situation so you can look back on it, but you have to be willing to do that look back. You have to be willing to review your, where you can take accountability, what took place, what you had within your control and what you didn't, so that you can remove yourself from the responsibility of carrying so much of the pain and so much of the hurt that maybe was never yours to carry in the first place, okay? But I'm really picking up a lot of pain in this reading that is being transformed. And I feel like it's so fitting with the full moon because I just experienced something yesterday that was like bringing up a lot of old stuff for me. And I feel like it's because when you're about to up level, when you're closing out massive chapters, massive cycles in your life, expect to be revisited by old pain. Expect to be revisited by old triggers because you're being tested and stretched in order to show up and embody as the version of yourself that you have been working to become so that you can step into that new reality. So there is going to be some lingering things that come up that are like, hey, remember me? Have you really worked through this? Have you really accepted this? Are you in a place where you can let this go finally? And I feel like that's what's happening for a lot of you right now. Maybe you're getting re-triggered. Maybe you're receiving messages from people from the past or receiving conflicts that are reminding you of something that you already overcame, okay? But trust that it means you're getting closer to your goals than ever. You are right on target. You're about to hit the bullseye on the mark for what it is that you've been calling in, what it is you've been dreaming of. I feel like there is something that is coming into your reality that's going to cause for so much celebration that feels like it's rewarding you for all of the efforts that you've put in over the course of your journey, okay? There have been so many times I'm hearing like prayers of help, crying on the floor, like you've literally been begging and pleading to the universe to get you out of certain situations. And then yes, with time, but also your gained perspective, you can look back on those situations with so much more intelligence over your path. And also it's like you're allowing this to finally empower you rather than to make you spiral and cripple you. It's like when you're receiving these triggers, there's something in you that's looking at it from a new lens to say, oh, I remember this. I remember how I would have handled this, a year ago, years ago. I handle it so differently now because I am different now, because I view that situation differently now, okay? There's so much growth that you have undergone, and I feel like you're about to be rewarded for that. I feel like you're calling in soul family, okay? There's a community that is awaiting you. There is success that is awaiting you. After a period of feeling like you had to constantly fight to the next day, fight for your next blessing, fight. Like there was so much energy. And I'm hearing too, I know sometimes I'll jokingly say when I'm going through a lot of difficulties, like, God, I'm not your strongest soldier. Take me out. I don't want to be in this war, okay? But I'm hearing you are God's strongest soldier. You are. And you've literally overcame all of these challenges. You've aced the test. You've pushed through these barriers. And that is why you're going to lead yourself to massive abundance, massive fulfillment. All of the wishes that you could ever ask for coming true through an offering of, somebody recognizing you. I feel like there's a lot of recognition for this collective, okay? You've really stepped into your power. You've really become a new person. I think it's like the energy of if somebody met you who knew you a long time ago, they would not even recognize the way in which you present yourself, the way in which you communicate, the way in which you talk about your journey, okay? If somebody knew you back in the day when you were this hurt, traumatized person, and they meet you today, it's like you're a completely different person. And I feel like there is something coming in that's going to make you feel celebrated for that finally, okay? Finally, after a very long, difficult journey, after so much pain, after so much hurt, after a lot of fighting, being a wounded warrior constantly, okay? But all the while, there is this sweetness that has stayed and sustained you throughout this journey, okay? And I feel like it really is connected to your inner child, that innocent part of yourself that you never let go of, okay? There were many chances, many times along your journey where you could have let that go. You could have decided, I don't resonate with that person anymore. I'm gonna let them go. I'm gonna, put up all my barriers. I'm no longer going to be vulnerable. I'm no longer going to be sensitive or creative because obviously it fails me every single time I open that up. You decided to allow that, again, to empower you into more passion, into more creation. And that's, again, what's birthing this change in your life right now. Yeah, you're receiving some sort of truth in your situation, okay? You are the star. You are the star. This is your energy. You have wishes that are being manifested for you right now. And I feel like you're receiving so much truth over your situation, okay? Truth, again, it's like this eagle eye perspective that you're gaining on something that took place that was very difficult, that gave you a lot of pain, that made you cry, that made you grieve, that made you feel like the pain was never going to end. And then it did, okay? Maybe not fully, okay? There are things that we carry with us throughout our lives, but it's like you're looking at it from such a new perspective. You're looking back on the past in such a new way. And I feel like you're being ushered into this new reality where you're going to be balancing so many new responsibilities, so many new things that, again, a past version of yourself wouldn't have been able to maintain, wouldn't have been able to hold. But it's because of who you've become by like ushering in this, or sustaining this grit, okay? It's like ushering in this abundance where, yes, you put up a fight. Yes, you were being resilient. Yes, you had to be so strong. You had to be the one to carry yourself through these phases over and over and over again. And it's like you're going to be the one who ushers in these changes as well, okay? So everything that you've been through, everything you've overcome is paying off in this new chapter of your life that is forming for you now. You're going to, again, be able to reflect. And I feel like with this full moon, there's an invitation here to let things that are coming up right now be released. Let those emotional purges take place. Let it all go. Let it all go, okay? End the burden, end the pain. You're moving into a new chapter that's going to require you to, again, start moving in a way of like, knowing just how amazing you are. Like, you are a beautiful, amazing soul. You inspire people. You motivate people. Maybe you don't even realize this, but just by surviving, honestly, like surviving some of the darkest times of your life, just by continuing to show up, that can inspire just even one person, and it makes a difference. I'm hearing too, like, people who interact with you, it's like the simplest thing, opening the door for somebody, greeting somebody nicely in the grocery store. It's like those little things maybe could change somebody's whole day. We don't know what they're going through, okay? But you have such a positive impact on the people you interact with. And again, something is going to be manifested for you. A wish is going to be granted. And I'm getting emotional, like, as I'm going through this message, because it's like, I resonate and I feel the amount of pain that you've been through. It is not for nothing. You are protected. You are safe. You are safe to receive. And there are massive, massive blessings, a whole new reality that is being birthed because of how you maintained your energy throughout everything. And I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait for this to happen.